Just thought I'd do a quick video about the CBS YouGov poll released a day or two ago, as it is a stunning reminder of how so many of Donald Trump's followers have an alternate reality when it comes to his honesty. In the poll, Trump voters were asked who they felt was most likely to tell them the truth, and 71% answered Trump, a higher number than their friends and family, conservative media figures, and religious leaders. This could be Donald Trump's biggest con. You see, Donald Trump is a man who was notorious for having a casual relationship with the truth for decades before even entering politics. Yet in the last few years, he has managed to convince many of his followers that he should be trusted above others to tell them the truth. The fact that Trump is seen as the truth teller by so many of his followers is a microcosm of the strong delusion running wild on the right, and why he once again perfectly lines up with the biblical Antichrist. This is because the Bible not only describes one of the traits for the Antichrist as him casting truth to the ground, but that those who follow him are given over to a strong delusion that they will believe a lie. In other words, they think the lies of the Antichrist are, in fact, the truth. In a video from a few years back, I spoke of how Trump's abject dishonesty was just one of the many reasons that he matched how the Bible describes the Antichrist. Here's a short clip from that video. In the Bible, the Antichrist is described as someone who cares so little for the truth that he is said to cast truth to the ground. Although lying certainly existed before Trump was president, he has single-handedly brought terms such as post-truth and truth decay into our everyday lexicon. He has done this by lying so often that he has, in essence, cast truth to the ground as if it was worthless, just like the Antichrist was prophesied to do. Trump's desire to play hard and fast with the truth was a known fact for 40 years before his becoming president. His history is rife with dishonesty and outright deception. He exaggerated and twisted facts to such an extent that they became barely recognizable half-truths, if not outright falsehoods. He brought his penchant for dishonesty into the Oval Office as president, and now peddles his lies to an audience that values making liberal heads explode over hearing the truth. He speaks falsehoods so frequently that anyone listening to him should start with the assumption that he's probably lying. Before capitulating to Trump back in 2016, Ted Cruz accurately said this about Trump.
This man is a pathological liar. He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth. And in a pattern that I think is straight out of a psychology textbook. His response is to accuse everybody else of lying. He accuses everybody on that debate stage of lying. And it's simply a mindless yell. Whatever he does, he accuses everyone else of doing. The man cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist. A narcissist at a level I don't think this country's ever seen.